Hey there. Before we start today's lesson, okay, I just want to make sure you've clicked on the right video. This is the introduction for lesson 10.5. So we're not in our math books yet. Okay, what you should have is a worksheet that looks like this. Sorry, it's upside down. No, now it's upside down. Okay, and I also want to go over daily math review. Okay, so just like we had in class, you guys are going to have a daily math review, and that's just because I want you guys to stay sharp on your math computation. So your simple addition, subtraction, perimeter area, multiplication, and division. You're only going to have 3 problems a week. That's your choice on if you want to do them all 3 on Monday or all 3 on Tuesday or Wednesday. I wouldn't recommend waiting till Thursday or Friday. Okay, I'm going to be more available on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday than I am Friday, even though I am still available for you guys on Friday. I would do it at the beginning of the week. And like I said, you can do one Monday, one Tuesday, one Wednesday, or you could do them all on Monday or all on Tuesday. That's up to you. Okay, I'm giving you guys that choice, but it's only 3 problems. Okay, in addition, you're going to have 2 math assignments a week. There's going to be a math video uploaded on Monday, and it'll be due Tuesday. There will be a math video uploaded on Wednesday that you'll watch, and then you'll complete it on Thursday. Okay, so this is Monday, Tuesday's assignment. So this is just the introduction. Okay, so I want to show you kind of what we're doing. We're going to be solving problems that deal with time. Okay, we've never done anything like this, but I know you guys are familiar with time, and so you'll be able to do this. Okay, we'll just work through it together, and then if you have any questions, that's what Tuesday's for. Okay, if you have really important questions, then you can try to make some time. We'll get on together and we can look at it on Monday, okay, or today if you're watching it on Monday. Okay, so let me get our board already. Okay, so this is what the worksheet looks like. Okay, even though we aren't in school, I want you guys to look at putting your name. Okay, so I'll put mine. Okay, that'll just help me when I'm grading. So I'm asking you to use the numbers in the box to complete the conversions below. So 1 hour is equal to how many minutes? 1 minute is equal to how many seconds? 1 week, how many days are there in 1 week? Not just a school week, but a full week from Sunday to Sunday or Sunday to Saturday. Okay, 1 day, how many hours? 1 decade, how many years? And 1 year, how many months? Okay, my hope is that you guys can do this kind of on your own. Okay, but I'm going to help you with some that I think you might have struggle with. So 1 day, is that 60 hours, 10 hours, 24 hours, 12 hours, 7 hours, or 6 hours, or 60 hours, sorry. Okay, you got to think about from the time you wake up all day, all night, from the next day. Okay, 1 day is 24 hours. Okay, that's why if you've ever heard 24/7, something's open 24/7, it's open all hours, 7 days a week, which that just gave you an answer for over here. How many days are in a week? Okay, how many months are in a year? How many decades are in a year? Or how many years are in 1 decade? I hope you guys remember this because decade was one of our vocab words. Okay, decade is 10 years. So you're only going to use these once. So after you've crossed them off, okay, you start to eliminate. So then you can see 1 year is equal to how many months? Is it equal to 60 months, 12 months, 7 months, or 6 months? 60 months. Okay, so fill that out. Okay, what we're going to be doing for this lesson and the next lesson, okay, is we're going to be, and it says it right here, we're going to be adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing measures of time to solve problems. Okay, so as we look at this, we've got little tables here. Okay, so when you look at tables, they have a relationship. And so a lot of times they have a relationship across. So how do we get from 1 to 7? Well, you could say we add 6. But does that help us get from 2 to 14? Do we add 6 to get to 14? No. What can we do? What can we multiply 1 by to get to 7? I hope you said 7. We would take 1 times 7 to get to 7. So this is kind of like a rule. That's the rule you're going to follow as you move down. So what are we going to multiply 2 by to get to 14? Well, 2 times what gives you 14? You want to follow your rule. So if your rule was times 7, does times 7 work? Yeah. So then how many days are in 3 weeks? What is 3 times 7? If you follow that same rule, 4 times what equals how many days? So your rule again is just to multiply 7. It's going to be the rule that you carry through. So when I ask you this question right here of how many days are in 7 weeks, okay, 7 weeks, you could pretend that it's right here. 7. What are you going to multiply it by? You already know the rule. That's going to give you how many days. So how many days are in 7 weeks? You should get a number. From multiplying, you're going to have blank days. Okay? I can't do this all for you, but I want to help you. Let's move down and let's look here. Okay? Now we're switching from hours to minutes. Hopefully up at the top, you got that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Okay? So we got to look at, are we adding or are we multiplying? Do we divide? Do we subtract? How do we get from 1 to 60? What's our relationship? Well, we're going to multiply again. We're going to multiply by 60. Okay? 1 times 60 equals 60. 2 times 60, because that's our rule, equals what? Some of you might have a hard time multiplying 2 times 60, but I hope you remember, if we underline our basic multiplication fact, what's 2 times 6? That's easy. 12. How many zeros do you have? You just have 1. So if 1 hour is 60 minutes, then 2 hours is 120 minutes. Our rule is times 60. So what is 3 times 6? Don't forget your 0. And then I was really nice here. I gave you this one. Double check. Does it work? 4 times 60. Does 4 times 60 give you 240? What's 4 times 6? Isn't it 24? And you've got a 0? Nice job. So then my question is, how many minutes are in 2.5 hours? Think about it. If something takes you half of an hour, 1 hour is 60 minutes. What would be half of that? Okay, if we're dividing 1 into half, what is half of 60? If you need help with this, I'll help you tomorrow in our Zoom session. Okay? Hopefully you found how many minutes there are in half of an hour. You're going to take that answer and you're going to add it to how many hours there are in how many minutes there are in 2 hours. When you look at how many minutes there are in 2 hours, There's 120. You're going to take 120 plus however much is half of an hour. That's going to give you how many minutes are in 2.5 hours. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and pause it, okay? That's the nice thing, is if I'm going too fast, you pause me, okay? We're going to move on to months and years. Now this time, our relationship, we have a larger number and we're getting smaller. Okay, if you remember over here, we were getting larger. Well, we were multiplying over here. Now our numbers are getting smaller as we move across. So what do you think that means? We're not multiplying anymore. What's the opposite of multiplication? Hopefully you came up with division. 12 divided by what is going to give you 1? $12 divided by 12. Any number divided by itself is going to give you 1. So 5 divided by 5 would equal 1. So 24. Are we going to divide 24 by 24? I hope you're saying no. Our rule is what? Divided by 12. 24 divided by 12 is how many years? 36 divided by 12 is how many years? And 48 divided by 12 is how many years? If you're struggling with these division problems, think, what multiples could we list? We could list our multiples of 12. 12, 24, 36, 48. Keep adding 12. That'll help you, because when you look at 24 divided by 12, how many 12s do you get? 1, 2. 24 divided by 12 is 2. 2 years is 24 months. Do the same. And you can pause me here. Okay? Because your next question is, how many years is 60 months? I gave you a little hint. Think, what times 12 gives you 60? So 12 times 1, 12 times 2, 12 times 3, 12 times 4. Okay, keep going. List your multiples if you need. You're going to get, eventually, if you keep listing, you'll get 60. Then you have to count. How many times did it take you to get 60? That's how many years. Okay, here, this one's a little bit easier because we're working with tens. 10 years equals 1 decade. What did I say about dividing and getting 1? 10 divided by 10 equals 1. This is our rule. And continue. Please pause if you need some more time, okay? This is just me going over the lesson, so I know I'm moving quick. So here's our example. This is something we're going to use for tomorrow's lesson. Regrouping, okay? Guys, we've done a lot of this. Okay, we've done it with fractions. We do it with addition and subtraction. So this is a familiar concept, okay, but now we're applying it to time. So if we have 82 minutes, well, first off, how many minutes are in 1 hour again? 1 hour equals 60 minutes. That's kind of what I have right here, 60 minutes, 1 hour. Either or, that's the same amount of time. Whether you say, oh, it took me 60 minutes to go to the grocery store and